humans are not unique. We are not the only creatures to inhabit this planet. We share our planet with all kinds of creatures, big and small. We have no right to unleash cruelty upon other creatures. If only human beings would sit down and learn ways and come up with a solution where everyone who lives on this silly little planet of ours has the opportunity to live the rest of their life with peace and harmony. My name is Sonia Smart. I'm 58 years old and I have been living in Goa for the past 7 years now. We came here with 5 of our cats and I realized the need for taking care of cats in my own area, which is Aruna, National Aruna. I started by feeding the cats of the market with the sole purpose of getting them sterilized, and of course we continue doing that till today. We have 140 cats at our sanctuary. We live here with our cats, they are our family. We also have 4 dogs. We also help other people with their cats by way of advice, by way of taking their cats to get them sterilized and giving them back, and just helping out in any way that we can with their cats. People don't know that they can get their cats neutered and the cat can live a happy life. Neutering is a general term for both female sterilization and male sterilization. It is a small operation for the male and a kind of major one for the female, whereby the reproductive organs are removed so that the cat does not either have babies or help to procreate. We are very lucky in Goa. We have an organization in Pilende that does it for free, and we have WBS ITC, which is an international NGO that does it for a very subsidized amount. One cat, she is responsible for say like 40 cats in a period of, let's say, 2 years. The solution is to get her neutered so that there are no babies. The other reason for getting a cat neutered is when they have these hormone surges, when they come into heat. If you've seen a cat in heat or a dog in heat, when they get hormonal surges, that causes a lot of upheaval in the body. It's not just to curb the population of unwanted kittens. It is also to see that they live a happy, healthy life for the rest of their days. Secondly, it is apathy. They can't be bothered. They just pick up kittens and throw them. They do not think it is morally reprehensible to do that. It is also illegal to do that, but again, there is no awareness. We have amazing laws. If you look at the Constitution of India, we have the best set of laws, animal-related laws in the world. I believe that. However, the implementation is not there. The awareness is not there. People see something illegal going on and they don't know what to do. They don't know that it comes under a certain section, a certain rule, a certain law, and they can do something about it. So there is no awareness of animal laws in India, and there is no implementation by the people who are supposed to implement these laws. So it's a very lose-lose situation. Unfortunately, even with the lockdown that we all experienced, people adopted cats and dogs because they were lonely, they were alone. Once the lockdown was lifted, we had a lot of people saying that, now what do? I've got to go back to work. And especially with breeds, It's like possessing something wonderful, like you would have an expensive sofa set in your house. So you would have an expensive Persian cat, or one of those big Rottweilers or something, a status symbol. The only breed that is suited for Goa's climate is our grand, great Indian domestic short hair. There is no comparison between cats and any other animal. People compare very unfairly. Oh, my cat doesn't love me because it doesn't treat me like a dog when I come home, wagging its tail and slobbering all over. Cats are cats. If you want to have a cat, you need to first research into understanding cats' body language, behavior. Same with dogs, you need to understand that. Amongst cats themselves, you have to treat every cat as an individual with its own history, its own baggage. So, at our place, we have certain cats that are quite aggressive. More or less, you see them, getting along, but there are times when, especially males, when a fight breaks out for no reason. The only reason I can think of is territorial, because there are a lot of cats in one space, even though there is lots of space to go around. So, treating cats and dogs as individuals, as different species, like you would do in your own family. You would not compare your father and your mother, or your sibling to yourself, or your grandmother to the infant in the house. It's not fair to compare. Because I have this place, I offer to take cats and kittens as long as they have had their 2 vaccinations. We have had recurring bouts of virus over here, which has killed some of our kittens. So we take in those cats, and sometimes people want to surrender their cats. I listen to their stories and I decide if it is compelling enough that I should take the pet. I would like to register my sanctuary as a non-governmental organization, a non-profit. That is in process. In the meantime, I just run it as a volunteer, a rescuer, which many people do. You don't really need to get it registered, but I would like to do that. Support comes when people see your work and see how you're doing it. If it relates, then they will support you. For now, we just need a little more financial support, or even in kind, even volunteers to come and help out sometimes at the sanctuary. But for now, we are doing all right. This is a home. So we do have cages, but they are meant for sleeping in. And we do cage our animals sometimes when they need to be isolated. We live in an old Goan home. We have 2 gardens, and we have managed to fence off both our gardens. If you look outside, you will see a 9-foot, 10-foot high fence. This fence is still a work in progress because cats are cats. They will find places to escape from. You do that, don't you? And it's a work in progress. So it is a home, our home, the cat's home, but it is also a very safe space for our animals. Once a cat reaches the age of 3.5, 4 months old, then it becomes a resident, and there is a reason for that. This is their home. They consider this as home. They have buddies. They have us. They have a routine which they follow. They have places where they sleep and play, and so this is home. Now to uproot them from that and then put them in a new atmosphere, new people, everything new, it's a little traumatic. So I decided that's my cutoff age. But people can adopt kittens from us. We do not give our adult cats for adoption. We feed our cats very well. We've stopped giving them dry food altogether because that was really financially, it had drained me. and it's not good for them anyway. So we now feed only home cooked food, and some of the cats get wet food, packaged food. Fortunately for me, I have very good people who are giving us food, who wait. Transport is a big thing because we don't have our own transport. Transport sometimes costs more than the actual vet visit. My greatest goal is to have my own clinic, really, specifically for cats, with our own vets, with our own vet techs, with our own machines, everything, where we can actually have equipment that is life-saving, like incubators for tiny babies, because we have a lot of neonatals being flung around here and there. We have very few fosters. And if we had all the stuff that is needed to take care of the very, very, very vulnerable cats that are just born 2 or 3 years old, then at least they will have a chance at life. In South Goa, there are barely 3 cat rescuers I know of. They live in flats. They do their best. One of those rescuers, he feeds 180 cats in the market, Margaon market. There are that many cats over there. I mean, Alona is nothing. We have 35 cats in Alona. Margaon market has a lot of cats. Just yesterday I came to know that there are 30 kittens struggling to survive inside the Margaon market. It would be great to have branches of Cat Sanctuary in South Goa, Middle Goa, different parts of Goa. Like this. An open space, cage-free, safe. I know that you can apply for grants from the government once you are a registered NGO. You have to wait for 3 years running. It would be great to have government support for cases of animal cruelty and illegality. For example, illegal breeding. Goa is filled with illegal breeders of Persians and all kinds of ridiculous breeds that should not be in Goa, should not be in homes stuck in flats. However, there is a lot of inefficiency, unwillingness to give support to people like us who are just volunteers ready to report a case of cruelty or report a case of breeding, and then nothing is done about it. I don't know any other way of living. I've always had cats from the time I was 14 years old. So for me, there's not much difference from the way you live or you live. Me, my daughter and I are sharing our home with our family of cats. You may have 5 members in your family. We have 140. And that's it. That's the only difference.